Kylian Mbappe on his future. My biggest dream would be to win the Champions League with Paris Saint-Germain. Jules went on vacation to try and escape the Mbappe chat that we continually bring to him here on ESPN FC. But now it's back to reality for you, Jules. We must talk about this, not just because he still hasn't signed that contract extension, but also today in the Spanish press, they say that PSG are in fear that there could be one last launched attack from Real Madrid to try and get Mbappe. So is there still time for him to resign?
So there's always time, okay, for him to resign. Of course, you can sign in December, you can sign in January, you can wait until the end of the season and then sign then. This is not a problem. What's true though is that the more time goes, the more likely it is that this will be his final season. And I would repeat it again: he's not going to leave this summer at all. He will probably leave next summer on a free. But he's not going to leave this summer. He will play the season with PSG. He will try to win this famous Champions League that he dreams of winning, that the club dreams of winning, that they've never won before. But it looks more and more likely, unfortunately, that this could be his last season up in Paris.
And so it's looking more and more likely like that for you, Jules. Is that how you see it going now then, that he will leave on a free next summer?
I think so. From what we're getting from the club is that they will still try, and we know that Nasser Al-Khelaifi, the chairman, is on the case now. He's dealing directly with Kylian, his father, and their lawyer as well, to try to find a breakthrough somewhere. Even if, again, the current idea now is to sign a short extension, so he doesn't leave for nothing next summer, even if it's an extra year, 2 years maybe, and then they can let him go next summer, but at least they would get a small fee for him. But even that, I'm a bit pessimistic now from what I'm hearing from his camp and from the club as well. They're going to try, of course they will. But they also want him to be in the right mindset and state of mind to have a really good season. And I'm not sure you can be in that kind of mindset if every week someone knocks at your door or comes to see you in the dressing room and says, hey, what about the new deal? Let's come and have a chat. Let's sit down. That's not how you will be happy at the club either. So it's a very tricky situation. They will keep trying and maybe find a breakthrough. But I think the more time goes, the more it's likely that he will leave next season and next summer on a free.
Frank, when I first asked that question, I saw that you were shaking your head. Why?
Because I'm not that pessimistic. I think it's not a done deal that Kylian's going to leave on a free transfer next season. Or maybe if he signs to go to Real Madrid, because we don't know the situation of Real Madrid next season. I mean, all clubs are suffering financially. There are only 3 clubs, and I want to add a 4th one, which will be Manchester United. But otherwise, you have Manchester City being backed up by Emirates. You have Paris Saint-Germain being backed up by Qatar, and you have Chelsea because of the money of Abramovich. But all other clubs around the world are struggling. So what will be the future of Real Madrid next season? We don't know. Will it be more convenient in order to win a Champions League to stay at Paris Saint-Germain for Kylian Mbappe, or going to Real Madrid where, I don't know, maybe in a year from now, we will know for sure that they can't win a Champions League because they don't have the money, because they don't have the player, because they are at the end of a cycle. So it's why I'm optimistic of seeing Kylian Mbappe being more pragmatic and say, okay, you know what, I know that I'm in a big club. I know that I can win the Champions League with that club. So I'm going to stick to that club because it's where my future is, because it's where all the opportunities are coming from, and not maybe from Real Madrid. It's why I was doing like that when Jules was saying that he will leave for sure.
Yeah, Jules, that's a perhaps. Does that change your mind a little bit? Does that give you some confidence that maybe he could stay?
Yeah, I mean, I always want to be confident because I want to keep him at the club. The thing is, and Frank makes a good point, the problem is, if he's a free agent next summer, it's not just Real Madrid that we're talking about. You know, if you have to pay 150 million for him, there's not many clubs who can do that. If he's on a free, and we know that there's no free transfers, but if there's no transfer fee to pay, then suddenly that opens the door to a lot of other clubs, you know, the likes of Liverpool, who right now they can't pay for him right now. But if he's on a free transfer, he's a free agent. This is a different ballgame for him. And then you'll have many more clubs, and then he will be able to pick where he wants to go. And if it's not now Real Madrid, which is his absolute dream, he's still 22 years of age. He will turn 23 in December. So there was still plenty of time for him to go to Real Madrid in 5 years' time, for example. So he can easily go to Liverpool for 4 years and then to Real Madrid when they have more money, when they have a more competitive team or whatever. This is my issue with it, is that if he becomes a free agent, then suddenly there's all those top clubs in Europe who will go there and try to get him to agree to join them. It's not just Real Madrid anymore. And I think if that's the case, then I think he's gone for sure.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.